TV9 Digital, I'm Neha. The exponential rise in the number of coronavirus cases in India's capital has taken everyone by surprise and shock, so to speak. The cases as well as the fatalities continue to see an alarming rise. The oxygen shortage has added a great deal of stress to the already crumbling health infrastructure in the national capital. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been in the eye of a storm over his inept attitude in tackling the current crisis. The Delhi High Court has been closely watching all the happenings in the national capital. In fact, if I have to tell you this, just on Tuesday, that was yesterday, the Delhi High Court pulled up the Delhi government over the distribution of medical supply and also, most importantly, over the handling of the life-threatening pandemic. A division bench comprising Justices Vipin Sanghi and Rekha Palli said to the Delhi government, and here I quote, "Set your house in order. Enough is enough. If you cannot manage it, tell us. We will ask the central government to send their officers in and do it. We will ask them to take over. We cannot let people die like this." Now, several hospitals across the national capital, as you all must have been seeing, have been facing a severe oxygen shortage and have been sending SOS messages pleading for urgent help. What led to this? I spoke to Dr. M. Valli a little while ago to find out more.
Thank you very much, Dr. Valli, for taking out some time and speaking to TV9. My first question to you, Doctor, would be how responsible is the Delhi government really, given the fact that the situation is already quite worrisome and the Delhi High Court also appears to be holding the Kejriwal government responsible for failing to make the necessary arrangements?
Well, the Delhi government and Mr. Kejriwal were trying, but nobody was aware of the number. And today, very, very touching, I just heard that a lawyer cried in the court, and he was crying because he could not get the bed to his relatives. Even I am fearing that if, God forbid, something happens in my home, anyone of my family member will fall sick, where will I go? You see, so people are in dark. They are overwhelmed with the numbers. And it's a very, very difficult situation. People are dying because of lack of oxygen, but good news is that some oxygen is coming from abroad and we shall very soon be replenished by oxygen. But somewhere this virus has cheated us in numbers, and suddenly the numbers have gone high. And the one thing I can say for sure, that the previous huge mega facilities which we have assembled, we just wounded up then. We just packed them up. And those facilities are, we are preparing again. So there we probably faulted greatly, that whatever facilities we have assembled, they should not have been removed. There, I can feel that a great number of patients could have been adjusted there. But good thing is that they are again assembling them and most of them are functioning.
Delhi hasn't witnessed the sort of situation it is experiencing now, Doctor. What would you attribute the second COVID-19 surge to?
Well, I would attribute to the natural change in the virus, the increased number, more lethality, and failure to calculate oxygen demand, and failure to calculate the number of beds. When we were talking in the previous episodes and giving those counts, people were surprised. This time we were not ready with those same counts. And I fear that the numbers of cases might increase further. It might touch a little higher than what we are having today. It may go, I'm not a predictor, but it may go higher than what we are seeing today, much, much higher. And the peak is far away. Peak is not going to come very soon because the curve is rising. I'm repeatedly saying to everyone that this shape of curve is not like a dome. It is like Eiffel Tower, and it's going so high beyond our calculations, beyond our imaginations. And it has surprised everyone how people in the family, if there are 10 members out of 10 are getting infected. And this virus is also ditching RT-PCR tests.
Are you also saying that this situation will get even worse before it gets better?
Well, 2 weeks from now is very crucial. 2 weeks from now is very critical. We have to stay at homes and use masks, possibly double mask, one surgical mask and one N95 mask. And those people who are coming from outside, to our homes. We should be very restrictive to them. They should not sit together, eat together, keep a distance, and especially the very young children, very, very young children who are innocent, we should keep them a little away. We should maintain a safe distance, and we should cover our faces with masks positively when we are taking small children in our lap. And people who are coming from outside, they should not hug the children, they should not kiss the children, and they should not take the children in their hands, in their lap. And this all should be avoided because the small children is very difficult to catch the signs and symptoms of COVID.
Dr. Wali, China, the epicenter of coronavirus outbreak, has almost gotten rid of it. But the pandemic still has us in its grip. Is it because of the lack of discipline in practicing COVID-appropriate behavior?
To some extent, yes. Initially, when we had the triumph over the corona and the numbers were reduced, I remember for a couple of days in a week, we had counts of 400 in Delhi and counts were very low in India. At that time, we probably became overconfident, number one. As regards China, China has done something unique. We should share with China what you have done so that they are in celebration mood and the whole world is dying. We should definitely ask China, what is the remedy with China? People are circulating many messages. But in fact, how the China has prepared vaccine, what China has done to its people, medically, we should get all those secrets. It is something there which is secret, which China is not revealing, which I personally feel, these are my personal thoughts. It's not official, but we have to know certain deep-seated tricks to fight the coronavirus, because in the coming days, coronavirus will change further, like mutations we are hearing, and dangerous mutation like third mutation or double variant and triple variants have come, and they are creating problem. In fact, the number of deaths has suddenly increased because of the double variant and triple variant, which we came to know much later because our genomic studies were very slow.
So you're saying that India has yet not reached the peak?
Yes. India is a large country. There will not be peak everywhere in every state at the same time. We should not forget that fact. As Maharashtra has started showing less number of cases, Delhi is slightly showing improvement, but that is too small. But we have to watch further 10 days. And of course, which you have technically very rightly said, COVID appropriate behavior. We are not very serious about it for last 6 months. That is why we have suffered. We have forgotten to wash hands every time we come home. We are not using masks. We have not used masks in the past. We are going to have parties. Even now, people are doing weddings, which have become the show of the TV channels. We should wait. We should wait. We should patiently wait. Good days have to come if we wait. And they will come very soon if we wait. And we will be happy. If we don't wait, don't observe COVID appropriate behavior, keep going out without any pretext, then our generation is suffering, already suffering, and we have lost many lives. We have no spaces in our places where we are taking care of the dead bodies. Shamshan Ghats are full. Even today, I have seen that even the chimneys of Shamshan Ghat are melting. In the previous 2 weeks, they showed the planks, steel planks have melted. So everything is overloaded and our system is overloaded. And most importantly, our doctors are exposed to the grave danger. So we should protect our doctor force, medical force, our paramedical force. We have no ambulances to transport the corpses. It's a very difficult situation, and the whole world is looking towards India to help. And we are lucky to get help from abroad. We should thank all these countries who have extended help in oxygen, in giving us more technical things, in giving us oxygen concentrators and oxygen producing devices. And we should be thankful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the threat is out there and it is real, as you must have been seeing for yourself. Please do not step out only if it's absolutely very necessary. Take all the precautions. Please follow COVID appropriate behavior. Thank you very much for joining me. If at all you like the information that I've shared, do not forget to subscribe to TV9 Digital across all social media platforms. Stay safe, keep those masks on.